Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I uploaded a video about this topic a couple days ago. I decided to take it down, not because of the reason I'm about to share, but I took it down because the audio was messed up. So I'm purposely talking quiet for this one. But I'm gonna explain some stuff that's been going on recently, and why it is hard to live with the decisions I'm making, and the after effects on what I'm choosing to believe. So I'm sure 99% of all you know what's going on against the Palestinians and Israeli people right now. Now, as you know, it's Jews versus Muslims. It's already going to be controversial. And yeah, I agree with that. Because, religion is very controversial just by itself. But, as someone who is Jewish, who probably a lot of people right now who are Muslim probably want to decapitate me right now, I want to share just kind of what has happened and why we shouldn't be hated. Because pretty much the Palestinians have started all of this, but also the Israelis have taken it way too far. And I think that's a huge point that isn't really getting out right now. Is that, yeah, the Palestinians did something wrong. They bombed two places in Israel, but Israel went too far, and they were literally about to have a proxy war. So, right now, I'm not even supporting any side right now. I'm not supporting the Muslims nor the Israelis right now. And yet, I'm Jewish. And so, I'm going to be going over why I believe this, and why I think this is completely wrong. Why this is going on. So, just all in all, it's really hard being a religion that others look at you like almost you shouldn't exist. That is how I feel every single day of my life when it comes to religion. I walk into school, I go to school online, people see me, you know, most are nice, my friends come up to me and are like, oh, how's your day been, Jason? How have you been? What's up? What game did you play yesterday? How many kill streaks did you get? Did you get a nuke in Call of Duty? Like, it's that typical stuff. And yet, there's also those people that just completely look at you in shame. Like you should have never existed. You should have died 75 years ago. It's those type of looks. And whenever it comes to religion, and people are not my religion, and I go into it, I get very, very, very scared. Because, even though the Holocaust was 75 years ago, it just, the amount of scarrings it can put onto your mind once you find what really happened, you'll never forget it. And, to actually go through something like that, to have family who was murdered in it because of their religion, is just absolutely insane. It's inhumane, and yet the Jews are still being hated to this day by Christians, by Muslims, pretty much any single religion besides Judaism, we are being hated on. And that is why just in the United States, there are only like 100,000 people that are Jewish right now. In the entire United States. And Europe, there's less. There's like 90,000. And in Asia, there are about 10,000. And in South America and Australia, there's only about maybe, 30,000. So you can confirmably say we are a dying religion. And the majority of that is because millions were killed in the Holocaust. That is what brought our religion down. Is because, we had millions, in the start, possibly maybe a billion. And then just in the snap of a rifle, millions are gone, and now there's only about 100,000 remaining. Which is just insane to think about it. That an entire political party was able to kill over 5 million Jews in just the pull of a rifle. It's just, oh my god. And, it wasn't just shooting them that was the cause of this. People died in gas chambers. People were starved to death. People didn't have any food. People got freaking worms and died. and some people got their backs torn up of barbed wire. It wasn't just getting your head shot off because of someone pulling a pistol on you. It's the fact that there were other types of death. And the fact that we are still being bullied after something that literally happened that corrupted our religion, and all my Jewish friends have to, like, be scared and they can only hang around, like, each other, it just makes me upset. Because I agree, and I want to agree, that the world should be peaceful. I want the world to be a nice place. I want to be able to relate to one another's and to share my story. And yet, with what's going on right now, it just seems impossible. No other countries are interfering with this. It's just the United States and, like, Muslim countries. Like Russia, Germany, I'm going to criticize them now. Yeah, they're not doing anything. And honestly, it's also the fact that they can't really do anything because, it's not really their war. But, at least doing something would help. Because, Angela Merkel is very open about the Holocaust. So you gotta do something. I mean, Germany has had a problem with anti-Semitism forever, and that's really the only reason why I criticize them now, is because of the fact that they do that, of the anti-Semitism rise. The only country that has the least racism right now is literally Ukraine, and no one even talks about them. All the other countries in Europe have a vast majority of anti-Semitism. Germany is one of the all-time highs, France is an all-time high, England is in a high time right now. Pretty much every single country besides Ukraine is in trouble right now. And you're probably asking, well, what about Poland? What about Czechoslovakia? They're all, like, extremely conservative, so they're obviously going to be anti-Jew. Poland didn't do anything. It was only the Polish resistance that actually did stuff. Poland, just by itself, is extremely conservative. They're anti-LGBTQ. I think they are anti-black. But yeah. And Czechoslovakia, I'm not sure, because that was a huge place during World War II for Jews. There were a lot of POW camps. Or not POW camps. Oh god. I think there were runaway camps, I'm not sure. But yeah, so just remember that, everybody's gonna have a all-time high, because for many years of my life, I cannot say my religion at all. Otherwise, I'd be extremely criticized for it. And so now, I just decided in the past couple of weeks to come out about it and to admit who I am and what my religion is, so people can see that even though I'm different, I'm still a human being. And that everyone's life matters. Doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't mean if you're Muslim, doesn't mean if you are Jewish. It just means that everybody's human. And you shouldn't turn on people that have the same, I don't know, but just the same, I guess, agreements. Because, just being Jewish, the religion is a cool religion, but there's also the need of not wanting to be religious, which is the case I'm in right now. I'm having a bar mitzvah, next year, and, my friends who are Christian or Muslim are going to get to see how people do it, and we're going to get to celebrate, but, it's not going to put the past behind, because the Holocaust to my family, to my related family, to my entire synagogue, we're never going to forget it. And just knowing the fact that I had family who were brutally killed, probably shot, by these horrible, just people, is just annoying. And, even though it's 75 years, effing ahead of us, I hope at least some of you get the feeling that I'm feeling right now. I hope some of you understand where I'm coming from. Because most of you are probably Christian, Muslim, and then as someone who is Jewish, and one of the only Jewish people in my friend group right now, it's kind of hard to relate to them. I don't know if they're talking about freaking Jesus being baptized, or something completely stupid, but, just the fact that I was raised different and the fact that I'm receiving hate as much as black people are right now, it's incredibly difficult. And I really just felt I needed to talk about this because it's just so annoying. And I want people to realize that, the Jews have had a hard time too. Not just the Muslims, not just the blacks. But quite frankly, every religion has had a problem. With 1941 to 1945, it was the Holocaust. You know, and now there's an entire proxy war at Israel's doorstep right now, and I just want to get my opinion out before anything does start, because I know the people who are with my channel do not believe in racism, do not believe in violence against another person. They all believe in peace, and I want my fan base to be like this. I don't want to have a fan base that is based off of conservative beliefs. I want to have a community built off of friendliness. And the good thing is that a lot of channels do have that. But my goal is to gain, recognition so that I can, make videos and people can actually agree with them and people can feel happy that they are standing with someone who is different from them but is not different in the terms of, humanity. So, that's it for this video. I just wanted to share why it's hard being Jewish, why it is hard to look at other religions in just a way that is just so upsetting in terms of that religion being happy and yet this religion almost to its core of dying. And I just really wanted to share my opinion on this and why it's just so just annoying. And, if this video gets demonetized, I'm gonna sue YouTube because I want my opinion to be out. And, if hate is just gonna continue like this, YouTube is gonna be at my front doorstep and I'm gonna do something about it.